Animals have always been an important part of our world. They are crucial for our food supply and everyday life, from helping us humans physically and emotionally. One thing I want you to think about is, are humans important to you? This documentary was made to give you an insight on different cultures, religions, and folklore. It will give you an insight on their different beliefs, values, and morals, and different ideas. After thinking about my question, if your answer is no, I hope that this documentary will change your mind. Animals have always been represented in different religions, folklore, and cultures. The representations may not all be the same, but that just shows how our differences are beautiful and unique. Our differences make us who we are. Animals and humans have always been together. Some may cherish the relationship with animals, while others may not. For example, Slovenian folklore. Animals were not taken seriously and not seen as real, actual creatures. They were seen as not important. Slovenian folklore normalized humans being superior to animals, which is a big difference from other cultures. This might be explained by their huge attachment to their history, which comes from endless stories, just like many other cultures. Asia, for example, had animals at the side of goddesses. Goddesses are very important in some Asian cultures and are very well respected, so to have animals pictured right beside them just shows how important animals are to their culture. The name of the goddess with lions right by her side was named Kubaba, or Sybil, and is pictured here. Those were just two examples of how us humans have different representations and are not always alike. That brings me to some similarities and differences that different cultures around the world, like Europe, China, and Greece, have. Those cultures have been known to associate their culture goddesses and women with animals and nature. As we saw before, animals were always either right by the side or the woman had animal characteristics. They were repeatedly associated with animals. In India, a goddess named Durga will ride a lion on her way to battle, meaning the lion was her way of transportation. These are many representations of animals and power, connection, and life itself. In different cultures, religions, and folklore, there are different roles and meanings for the same animal. It's truly amazing how one animal can have hundreds of different representations. In the culture of Christianity in Europe, bats are seen as unclean or even believed to be associated with the devil. That is because they are following what the Bible states. The Bible states that the devil had wings and no feathers, which is very similar to the bat wings. They believe that bats are evil because of that. On the other hand, in Southeast Asia, bats are seen as good luck and fortune. They believe this because bats were seen as spiritual totems. They were seen and represented as representations of people, symbols, or communities. This belief has been shown in their culture for many years. These are very different meanings to the same animal, showing us how every culture has different views on things, more specifically on animals. As I mentioned before, animals were seen as almost nothing and not taken seriously by the Slovenian culture. But for indigenous cultures, animals were one of, if not the most important part of their culture, beliefs, and traditions. One of their main beliefs were that animals were on the same level as them spiritual-wise. Animals were sacred to them, and they were also very well taken care of and treated with respect and kindness. This shows that for some cultural animals were just seen as equals, while others viewed humans as a superior species. This affected different beliefs, morals, and values, making every culture unique and one of a kind. Beliefs, opinions, thoughts, and traditions come from history, making animals and what they represent so important. Animals have always and will always be important in our everyday lives. How we treat them and view them is up to us. Our beliefs and views may be affected by our own cultures, religions, and folklore, but we always have a choice in what we believe in, and the differences we have may have are what make us unique and special, just how animals are special and important to every culture, religion, and folklore.